Oh, wow. So here we are. We got the Matchless Model X and we're out for the first run of the year. Now, I kid you not, it's May the 5th, I think it is today. And this is the first sunny Sunday, warm, sunny Sunday, rideable Sunday for me in 7 months. So since September, so we've had October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Terrible weather for 7 months. But I've been fettling the bike over the winter, so, you know, and it's just and I've just about hopefully it's just about done, so we're ready for the ride out. So it's a 1939 Matchless Model X, 1000cc V-twin, side valve, so the valves are on the side, not on the top. You see there's nothing on the top of the cylinders, just a cylinder head, because the valves, see those two little chrome bits, the valves come up from underneath on the side of the cylinders. So it's the same engine that was used in the Brush Superior. It's always nice. Magneto ignition, so there's no the ignition starts simply by kicking the bike over. So there we go. So what have we done over the winter? I'll try to think of all the things we've done. So I've put chrome exhaust pipes on and had a few of the brackets chrome. So they were stainless and now they're chrome. I've had the rear toolbox painted. That was red, and I thought there was just a bit too much red on the bike, so I've painted that. Had that painted black. That's come out really nice, and put some transfers on. Put the Matchless transfer on, which I know shouldn't be there. It should have like just a level transfer to say, oil level. But I always think it looks good to have the Matchless one there, so that's where it is. We've had the handlebars chromed. I've chromed the outer springs on the forks, girder forks, of course. Chromed the springs on the seat. We've had the cylinder heads off and we've repainted all the cylinders. And then I've had the Magneto reconditioned for the second time. It was reconditioned in August, but then when I got it out, a couple of weeks ago, it still wouldn't start. Until I had to send the Magneto back to be reconditioned. I've chromed the sort of mud plate on the front, sump guard. I know it's not to everyone's taste, but hey, it's my bike, so there we go. I've polished up the switch on the dash. This is actually an inspection lamp. So that pulls out, and then you turn it on, and there's a bulb and a long wire on it, so you can pull it out, and so you can look round the bike if you break down in the dark. It's not actually working at the moment. I don't really see a reason to have it working, to be honest, so I just polished it up and left it not working. I've had the carb, had it re-sleeved, and then I've taken it all apart and cleaned it out, chromed the air filter. We've got a new rear brake light switch. Oh yeah, and obviously, and this is the breather for the engine breather, and it used to end just there, and so what it would do, it just blow oil out. It's horrible. So I've run a pipe from there, a flexible pipe goes up and it goes underneath. Now it goes underneath the mudguard and it comes out. I don't know if you can see it. It comes out there. Now you might just be able to see it there, that pipe. Yeah, so that's where the breather comes out now. See that? I'll try and get my finger on it. See this pipe here. So I'm hoping that works. Probably done various other things as well, but I can't remember. Yeah, really looking forward to getting out on it today. Yeah, re-chromed the headlamp bezel. Yeah, LED headlight fitted. Yeah, those are the main things we've done. But hopefully we're now in a position where the bike, it starts easily with the Magneto done, the carb done, and it was a beggar to start before. It really didn't want to know. Oh, I've put another transfer there, of course, which I don't know what this is off. It's certainly not off my bike, but hey, I think it looks right there. It just breaks up the mudguard a bit, so now it's on there. Yeah, it's a beggar to start before. Oh yeah, I've had the inlet manifold re-chromed as well. But now, it starts, I think, about third kick when it's cold and first kick when it's warm or hot. So I'm really pleased because it could take, 10, 15, 20 kicks before. So, we kind of got there. I'm really pleased about that. So anyway, I'm going out now, and we'll see. We'll see how, hopefully everything's done and hopefully it's all okay. But, the thing is, because the weather's been so bad, I've not even given it a test ride round the block. So I'm hoping to go out for a long ride in Derbyshire now. Whether I just get round to the end of the block and decide something's wrong and come back, I don't know. But that might be the case. But hey, let's keep fingers crossed. And it's a lovely warm day, and let's get out there. 7 months since I've been out, so bad news. Yeah. Oh, I will show starting the bike later, but because it's on the slope, it's in gear. That's the only way. It's a very steep slope. I don't know how steep it looks, but it is actually very steep, and it's held in gear. Of course, as soon as I take it out of gear, it's just going to roll down, and then I've got to set the tripod up and everything. So I'm not going to show you me starting it now. What I'll do is I'll start it when I get back, maybe in the garage or something, or out on the pavement.
looking very nice.
Oh, thank you. I've just done it up a bit over the winter, but I brought my own drip tray with me.
Ah, right, yeah. You know, funnily enough, I've got some of those.
I don't know, I did have a big leak. Well, I'm not sure if I still have, but I don't want to put it there. Oh, but yeah, I've just sorted it out a bit over the winter. So first ride. Right. So pretty good, pretty, you know, chuffed so far. So yeah, how's yours? Okay? Yeah.
I've got a bit of an issue with my Norton now.
No, what you got? Come on,
Yeah. I went out on it this week.
Yeah.
And when I got home, the charging light was stuck on it.
What is it? A Mark 3?
Mark 3 electric. Oh, nice paint on that.
Yes, he's done it. It's my local guy. Now he painted my E-Type Jag for me years ago, and he made a fabulous job. So
Yeah.
the thing is, he's you know, he's a commercial. He you know, he repairs damaged car. You know, insurance. Car.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's a paint sprayer, proper.
Yeah.
You know, does all the body, and he doesn't like doing this because it's like, you know, because he makes his money doing cars, you know, and this is like faffing about.
It's fiddly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he says, "Oh, go on, I'll do it for you," but he don't want to do it.
Yeah, it costs an absolute fortune if you send it away to like dedicated bike sprayers.
Yeah. And also, you see, I can have a chat with him, and it's exactly what I want.
Yeah.
We're going to mess with this. I'll get it back on. Okay, I'll try again. Put all my gear back on. Again. Because I get very, I don't know, I'm getting old, I get very cold when I'm riding.
Yeah, I do.
So,
Exactly the same boat.
so you complete clobbered up. But then a little thing like it not starting, you're boiling within 10 seconds. That's why, ironically, you see, I converted all my bikes to electric start.
Yeah.
So I future-proofed them for me. Then I sold 2 of them and bought this, which of course is nothing but kick. So I'm thinking, why have I done that? You know, I deliberately only had electric start. So I thought, as I'm getting older, I can just have electric start. And then I've sold 2 of them and bought this.
Yeah.
Ah.
I suppose really in a way this is a bit more practical for riding round here than the Z1 was.
Exactly, yeah. No,
Yeah.
It's good, you know, the little bike, and also, you know, just tootle. You know, the Z1 is so fast.
Yeah.
It was great, the Z1. Yeah, I sold that. I sold the Z1 and I sold my Trident T150 that I converted to electric start and bought to buy this. So I do love it. Right, let's try again.
Well, at least you know you're not going to see another one.
No, that's true, yeah. I bought it off Frank Westworth, who's the editor of Practical Classics. Practical Classic magazine. right, chaps. Well, I've made it all the way out to Monash, which I'm really, really chuffed about. So, bike's going generally very well. A couple of things. So, I was I don't know if it will be on the video, but I was halfway up the big hill coming out of Sheffield. It was a big hill, and the bike started to misfire again, which is what it did last year. And I think it was a stuck valve or what. And oh dear, it nearly died. The bike. Oh no, what is it? Anyway, as you do, I desperately turned on the other fuel tap, and sure enough, that's what it was. Suddenly, it burst roared into life again. So I think I've got a slight blockage on one of the fuel taps, and I think that's what it was last year. After all that, I thought sticking valve or something like that, but it was just probably a blocked, slightly blocked fuel tap. So I was like really chuffed because the bike's dying, and oh no, what is it? Yeah, and then I got out to my first stop, which I forgot to video, just for a coffee, and the bike's peeing petrol out. So I've taken it. I took the car half apart. I got some tools with me. I'm fairly sure we had a sticking float. The float was sticking, and so so it was flooding. But sorted that out. I'm fine. Then so it wouldn't start. But anyway, sorted the flooding out, and it was fine. The very good news is I'm not leaking massive amount of oil. Well, I'm not leaking any oil at the moment. And if you remember, I put in this, I put in a breather pipe, which goes from this brass pipe breather here, which just used to end in the middle of nowhere, and I've run it all the way back down to the end of the bike, and that seems to have worked. It used to pee oil out, as Frank will tell you, who I bought the bike off, but now, look at that, no oil at all. So I'm well chuffed. So generally, all going really nicely. So yeah, I had a really nice ride, and nothing's fallen off, and everything seems to be going okay. So there's the odd little bit here and there that always needs addressing, but generally I'm okay. Yeah, so I'm really pleased, bike going really well, and lovely run. Oh yeah, blimey, I've got a slight leak from the bloody petrol cap. I need a new cork seal. That bloody petrol all over the tank, just from the seal, which is a pain in the backside. But apart from that, it's all good. Right, let's have a quick look at bikes while I'm here. So we've got, I think it speaks for itself, they're a bastard twin. I'm not quite sure. Do they sell them like that? I suppose they do. Oh, an LC. Oh, it's an RD. I thought it was an LC. We've got a new Royal Enfield. Yeah. This Honda mini bike, a Grom. Now I've heard of these, a little mini Grom. I've never seen one before, so that's pretty cool. Is it a 50? I don't know, 50 or 100, 90, I don't know. It's not me. So that's a nice little bike. Looks quite fun. Then we've got an modern Indian. What is it? 19 plate on it. Yeah, so they're nice. Quite enough. It's a bit like the sort of modern version of my bike, if you know what I mean. What we got? Then we got some off-road jobbies, obviously. Then we got a lot of cars down there, so I'm not bothered venturing down there. What else we got? Yeah, thank you.
Jasmine's got your sandwich as well, so.
Say again. Oh, sandwich as well. Fabuloso. Hang on, I'll just turn the camera off. Okay, we're back from the ride, which was brilliant. And then I said, "Oh, I might show you me starting the bike," which I might do. But I drove up and got changed in that. Went to start the bike outside. Would it start? Would its heck start? I didn't want to know at all. Didn't want to know at all. Wasn't even firing. So I've had a look at the carb, and I've taken the air filter off. What I've done is I've moved the float chamber over to the left of the carb. So the float chamber is now on this side, which means I can get to the tick over screw and the air screw, which is hiding down there behind the... can you see the air screw there? That one, that horizontal one. Okay. Because I needed to adjust the tick over and the air screw. And of course, with the float chamber being at the back, I couldn't get to them. So I've moved the float chamber at the front. Luckily, the fuel pipe was just long enough. But when I made it to fit with the float chamber being at the back. But I think it's okay. Anyway, so I've screwed the... I realised I needed to screw the air screw, sorry. The air screw, I have to screw it nearly fully in. Just hang on a minute, have I got something on the lens here? So I screwed the air screw needed to go virtually fully in. It was set at 1.5 out, which is what it should be. But I think I might have an air leak between the carb and the manifold. And anyway, screwed, and now it was splashing. I knew there was something funny. I thought it was the timing. It was splashing, when it's running. It wasn't running that smooth. It was, a lot of splashing, which goes with a weak mixture. Anyway, sure enough, and now that's great. It purrs suddenly. It's been, I rode it all today and it's been fine, but I knew it wasn't quite right. Anyway, so now, so really good. I've still probably got to seal the joint between the carb and the manifold because I think it might still be leaking a bit of oil, but a little bit of air. But it's ticking over and running so much better than it was. It was splashing a bit before, and I knew it wasn't that smooth, especially at tick over. And now it's great. So. Anyway, I'm really pleased. It's not peeing oil out. It was, I've got the drip, but it's not, I've got a little bit of an oil leak from the back of the oil pump, which I knew about, and sort of normal little sort of, oil leak that you get, a little weep. But it was, of course, peeing oil out when I bought it, throwing it out of the air breather and putting that tube in that now runs to the back. That seems to have sorted it. That, there's no oil. It's not even coming out the back. So, very pleased. Slowly getting things sorted bit by bit. Slowly. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, normal thing, I just thought, I can put it back. It's nice and warm. I'll start the bike. Just wouldn't start, wouldn't even fire out on the drive then. That's taken me about half an hour to get it going. I thought, I'll just start it up and check it's all okay. And then I'll video it starting. But of course it wouldn't start for love nor money. Anyway, there we go. So it's going now. So maybe just a little bit more tuning on the carb and that, and we should be, it should be really nice. Yeah, very pleased. Lovely run. Bike going well. I don't know what the video's like. Hopefully the video's watchable. I was concentrating on other things really. But yeah, I'm very pleased. Yeah, it's getting to be a, reliable bike. Getting to be. Still occasionally floods the carb. Not quite sure, but I'll put the air filter back on in a minute. Oh yeah, I've got a weep. Of course, I've got a weep from the petrol cap. I don't know if I mentioned that before. Obviously needs a new cork. New petrol all over my damn tank. Of course, I filled it up with petrol. I didn't really think. Filled it up before I set off, and not a great idea. Should have put like 3/4 of the tank in, just peeing oil out of the cap. Have to get a new cork for that. But it's going really well. Especially now. Now I've adjusted the air screw on the carb. Obviously, I think there must be an air leak somewhere because it's screwed right in now and it runs perfectly. whereas it should be about 1.5 out, so suggesting that there is an air leak probably between the carb and the manifold. Because of course I had the manifold chromed. Well, to have it chromed, you have it polished, which like slightly reduces the diameter, and then chromed. And I think that the diameter is now slightly smaller than it used to be, and so the carb isn't a very tight fit on that manifold. So I'll put some sealant around it and put it back on, and we should be okay. Good. Yeah. But a lovely ride, and hopefully a lot more to come, and hopefully each time we go out it will be that bit more sorted than it was before.